G'day everyone and welcome to episode 583 of Aussie Tech Heads. It's being recorded on the 10th of May 2018 and it's been a busy week. Well, you wouldn't think so. There's not many stories going on this week, so it's going to be a bit of a different episode, a bit of a banter filled episode, I think. So we're going to bring the guys in straight away. This week we've got Jace and Joe back. Jordan maybe later, but let's start off with Joe. Hey Joe, how you been?
I'm pretty good, thanks. Yourself?
Excellent. Yeah, good, thanks. What's been happening since last we saw you? Anything exciting?
I went and bought some new toys this week. I got
do tell.
An Amazon Echo, and I got the Mini.
Oh, nice.
I got those this week.
And we'll just take a quick g'day to Jace, because I think Jace has got Amazon stuff, haven't you? Is that right?
No, I got the Google stuff.
Oh, the Google. So
we know everyone's here to watch for Joe, not me. He's the new star of the show.
Well, tell us what do you plan to do with the Miis? Are we going to put them bedroom, lounge room? Have you tested them out? Are they working good, or what's the story with them?
I only got them yesterday. I got a Mini and I got the actual home as well, the big one.
Right.
The little one's going to stay with me here, and the big one's going to stay inside the house.
Right.
The Amazon is more of a so I like to play around with to learn how it works and all that sort of thing. Yep.
So you got, what sort of phone have you got? An iPhone or Android?
No, I got an Android. I got the LG G3.
Right. Because as you know, I'm getting the Xiaomi. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or maybe Monday by the time it gets here. And but I just, because the daughter's got one of these Xiaomi things, and I was just doing some Siri testing. And like fair income, the Xiaomi or the Google, the My Google or whatever you call it, that just understands everything I say. I go, who won the footy yesterday? And it tells me the Sharks. And then I say to Siri, who won the footy? And it goes, what are you talking about? And then
what's a footy?
Yeah. And I say it in like an accent just so she can understand me. That's how I got to talk to Siri. And then she'll go something like
Hey Siri, who won the football yesterday?
That's right. Things like that. And sometimes I just get the irrit's pretty bad, and I just go like, just really stupid, and she guesses it. So I got stuffed if I know what's going on with her. But anyway, cool. I haven't got one of those yet. Getting one. What about you, Jace? What's been happening in your world? Anything exciting? How's the radio?
Well, for a change, I didn't buy anything after getting the Commodore 64 Mini and the two Google Mini homes and the Google Home and the LIFX light bulbs and all this stuff. I've just taken it. Oh, and the robot vacuum's doing really well. I'm really enjoying that. The place looks really spotless now every day, as opposed to before there was crap everywhere and I couldn't be bothered vacuuming more than like every third week or something. So I probably have to empty the dustbin 3 or 4 times a day. So it's definitely getting a lot of stuff that I just didn't know was there.
So do you get it going all day long? It's just continuous.
I started it's scheduled to automatically start at 10 o'clock every day and goes for about 2 hours.
Right. Okay. That's not too bad. Yeah. We had what's sort of like the original ones that that came out, whatever they were, the original.
Rumba.
Yeah, I think it was one of those. Yeah, and yeah, they worked pretty good. But we had black carpet in the place where we were when we got it, and it didn't like the black carpet, so we had to send it. We had to send it back. They had to take the sensors out and send it back, and then we couldn't let it go. Then it wouldn't detect steps or anything. So yeah. So with
mine's sort of a creamy coloured carpet, and it does well. It goes towards the step and then has a look, and he's like, no, I'm not going down there, and backs off a bit and goes along a bit further, so it's good.
Do you get like fences with it? Like we could set up like 2 little points and it wouldn't go.
No, this one doesn't have support for that. I think the more expensive one, the 811 GB does, but not the 790T.
Right. Okay, that sounds right. Now, look, we are brought to you by athwebhosting.com.au. Now, look, I've done a little page. You can actually demo now the C panel if you like. It is some features are restricted. You can't like add folders or you can't add databases, but you get the idea. If you haven't been into the hosting, you just want a demo of what the C panel looks like, just go to athwebhosting.com.au/demo, and you'll be able to log into a demo version of the C panel, so you can get a bit of an idea. And also right down the bottom of the page, I've created some discount codes, like mainly just for a month if you're, a month free, if you go annual, or just 1 month free if you want to pay monthly. But if you want to do that, go and have a look at it, making it easier every time.
I'll never go to another web host that doesn't have cPanel.
No, neither would I. I tried that, whatever it was, Parallels or something, what's that other one? Plesk. Yeah, Plesk. That's him.
Plesk is a horrid piece of crap.
Oh, isn't it what? That's crazy. But I think Jordan runs WebRoot, not WebRoot, that's AV. What is it? WebAdmin. Something like that.
WebMin.
Yeah, WebMin, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
So, so he reckons that's all right. But yeah, cPanel's just so easy. How do you like it, Joe? Will you be using the cPanel?
Yeah. It's pretty good. I found it pretty easy to use.
Yes.
I'm not using all the features of it, though. There's heaps of them there.
Oh, there's thousands. Yeah, there's redirect domains and subdomains and whatever, email forwards and see a disk usage and drill down to where it actually all being used. And what else is there? There's tons of stuff. Change your PHP and whatever. So yeah, that's all good. So go there and have a look. Do SSL certificates, which we all should need pretty soon, because Google Chrome's, I think, June. It's going to start pushing, I don't know, they're going to start warning people or users when they're at a unsecured site. Easy install of WordPress and Joomla and Drupal, our favourite Drupal.
I've got a lovely story about Drupal. Guess what it is?
The security leaks in it or something?
Yeah, security problem again.
Oh, another one?
Yep.
Oh, hit it while we're there, Jace.
That's it. It's going to be our weekly Drupal security notification.
Oh, yes. All right. Well, what's that all about? Where's that one? Yeah. What is that all about? Tell us about that.
For the second time in a month, websites that use the Drupal content management system are confronted with a stark choice: install a critical update or risk having your servers infected with ransomware or other nasties. From a report, maintainers of the open source CMS built on the PHP programming language released an update patching critical remote code vulnerability on Wednesday. The bug, formerly indexed as CVE 2018-7602, exists within multiple subsystems of Drupal 7.x and 8.x. Drupal maintainers didn't provide details on how the vulnerability can be exploited, other than to say attacks work remotely. The maintainers rated the vulnerability critical and urged websites to patch as soon as possible.
Yeah, so that's while you're there patching your Drupal, go and patch everything else that you've got. So
install Joomla and forget about it.
That's right. I don't really know too many people that use Drupal. I think I did go through the server.
Except for the government.
Oh, do they? Yeah, right. I did look through the server the other day because it tells me who's got what installed, and I think there was about 3 or 4 Drupals in there, and I think there's that person.
There are some people in this world who just hate themselves and love pain and misery. What can I say? And
that person, if you're listening, who's got WordPress 3, can you please update that? Thank you. Now, yeah, okay, cool. Now, what was I going to say? Look, the other shows. Or you can go to the Aussie Tech Radio. How's that?
There are other shows, Glenn?
There are other shows. There are, and I'll tell you about. You can listen to them on the Aussie Tech Radio. I'll tell you about them. If you want to know how to listen, you just go to aussietechradio.com. We'll get the TuneIn app, cross-platform app. Download away you go. Search for Aussie Tech Radio. Back to back, wall to wall, Aussie podcasts. So there you go. How's that? There's a few in there this week coming up. New shows starting Friday. There's a couple of good ones in there. So full. That's nice and jam packed.
There's a couple of good ones, and also the one that Will and I do.
That's the standout, though. That's above the rest, isn't it? And
yeah, that's it.
And telling me that Jace tells me before the show he streams to multiple platforms at once with his video. How many platforms? Like 5 or something?
At the moment, we're just trying out with Twitch and YouTube, but there are a lot of other platforms that we can do multiple stream to. It worked really well. Joe was watching it. He said the video was really good quality.
Oh yeah, what did you watch? Yeah. Were you watching it on, Joe?
Yeah, I was watching it on the YouTube as it was coming on the live stream. Sorry, the Facebook, the live stream.
Oh yeah,
it was nice and clear.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Because I think, Jay, what were you using to stream to multiple destinations? Restream.
I think it's called Restream.io.
Yeah, it was too. And I think you said that if you wanted to stream to Facebook, that's when you have to pay. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a slightly different method of transmitting the stream. So for that method, they They say it's free for all the ones that they've so far programmed as default into their system. So you could just select YouTube, put in the key go or something like that. But with Facebook, they haven't got around to it. So anything that uses that kind of streaming that they haven't put in yet costs, I think it's like $10 a month or something like that.
And we were planning to, I did a test of streaming to Facebook Live before the show today, and it worked. And I tried to stream when we started, but there was no audio coming from me. I know what the problem is, and I'll see if I can rectify that this week.
Pebcac.
Yeah, whatever that. I know that means something derogatory towards myself. But
yeah.
So yes, that's right. That's right. I'll fix that up. Talking to Facebook, it is facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads, youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads, and also we've got the aussietechheads.com.au/paper. Go and check that one out. It's published twice a day, and it's not just tech stories; it's all other stories. And the podcast website is aussietechheads.com.au/podcast. Twitter at Glenn Goodman, at Aussie Tech Heads, at Aussie Tech News, hashtag Oz Tech Heads. Now the other shows, Aussie Mac Zone. So you get in there and Michael and Zahn and new fella this week. I don't know who that is. We'll have to go and have a look and see what's going on. Ring Michael up and say, who's this new guy? Filling in for Garth every couple of weeks, I think. My Tech Opinion over there in WA, Shane and Phil, a program that takes a longer look at what's happening in the world of tech. Each episode, Shane and Phil take a brief look at the latest in tech news and then take a deeper look into technology-based topic. So deep dive. So that's not too bad either. And that other little show, Aussie Tech Crypto. That other little
Never
one.
heard of it.
So yeah, still going gangbusters. They're breaking records all over the show, I hear.
Yep,
good.
Always.
Excellent. It's streamed to multiple platforms. Platform of your choice.
Got, Australia's top 2 podcasters.
Yeah. You know, and they actually asked you to stay away from the podcast awards this year because it would have just been a whitewash of just Jason and Will, and we just couldn't handle it. So,
nobody could handle that much.
All right. So, what's the latest in the tech crypto? How's me Ripple going? Where's my phone? How's my Ripple? Probably not doing anything. HDDL. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got a little picture to show you guys in a second.
Up 2.7%.
Oh, that's good.
Now $1.07 AUD.
Oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, $1.06. Yeah, nearly there. I've nearly broken even. That's good.
To the moon.
What was I going to show you? Oh, that's right. Look at this. Someone sent me this yesterday.
You'll have your Lambo soon.
Oh, soon. Someone sent me this. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the camera, and I'll explain to you guys what it is in a second. How's that for a speed test?
Nice.
So the ping was 6, download was 2,176 megabits, and the upload was 702 megabits. Now apparently,
oh wow,
how good is that? Yeah, and apparently, now I'm not sure. I meant to ring this guy today because I sent this to someone. I think I sent it to Eric. I said, "How do you like those speeds, Eric?" He goes, "That's frog shit." He thought it was photoshopped or something. I said, "Oh no," but no. It was sent to me. Some guy said, "Oh, how are these 5G speeds?" So obviously that's the 5G, and I think that Telstra did turn that on up here somewhere. And is it that latest Samsung that is 5G compatible?
I'm not sure. I'd have to check up on that one.
Yeah, I thought something about Samsung. I thought that might have been something to do with there. But yeah, so that was the best picture of the week for me. That was great. Joe, how's your webpage? Where are you at? Tell us what your Facebook page is.
It's facebook.com/Joe the Gadget Man.
All right, and so you've got your 2 new gadgets this week. What do you got your eye on? Like, what do you think you're saving up for or aspiring to get? Any big purchases or what else you looking at?
Not at the moment. I just want to get into the Amazon Echo and start playing with that. There's something I want to do with that, which I won't share right now, but something exciting I'm going to be working on with that.
Nice. Good stuff. Stuff. So let's hope that goes all right. And, what's that? Facebook. Oh, someone's doing... Is that Jordan you're talking to? The Galaxy S... Who are you talking to on the Facebook? Oh, the Galaxy S10 is expected to be the first 5G enabled smartphone. That all right, I'll find out more about that image that got sent to me. But the Alexa, that's all happening, isn't it? I haven't got one of those yet. I don't think I'm allowed, but one might sneak in sooner or later. We'll see.
I've been for like years. There's no way I'll get any of that crap. I don't talk to my phone, so why would I want to have a device sitting in the house that you can only talk to and you can't play games or you can't Facebook or anything? What a dumb idea. Okay, I've got 3.
And then do you like them?
Yeah, it's quite fun. Go into the bedroom and just say the Google keyword thing. turn on Jason's light, and it's like, okay, turning on Jason's light.
Nice.
Switch the brightness to 30%. Okay, doing that. Turning the light off, changing the colors. And in the morning, I just sit in the lounge room and just say, good morning. And it's like, good morning, current temperature is this. And here's the news for the day. And off it goes and plays news from 5 different news sources, including like Today FM News or something like that. And CNN, technology, and the BBC Minute News and stuff like that. So it's really cool.
Now, you got the light bulbs. Can you get like PowerPoints, like or plug-in PowerPoints? You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Right,
when I went to get my Galaxy S9 from Telstra, I was talking about how I got the Google Home, and they're like, oh, we better try and upsell you to the Telstra Home system.
Oh, please.
So just come over here, and my friend here will give you the spiel and stuff. So I thought, I'll have a listen, but I'm not going to buy it.
No.
But it connects up to Google Home and Alexa as well, and it comes with, you can get PowerPoints and light bulbs, and you can get sensors that you put on the window and doors so that if they are separated, it'll notify you through the apps and all sorts of things like that. So, you can get any of that stuff.
Right, yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty, like those light bulbs you got, they're about $40. Pretty cheap, I guess.
Depends on what you get. There was the colourful ones that do any colour can be up to like $89 unless you get the mini versions. But there's also just the plain white ones that do dawn to dusk type of colouring with the light. So it'll start off, you can set it to automatically turn on and off through the day. So it could turn on and slowly ramp up the brightness in your bedroom so you wake up like the sun is rising. And then through the day you can have it set at a certain level and then go back down again at night and level off at a very low level so that you just got a dim light in the room.
Yeah, right. Your house must just be the tech capital of Central or Far North Coast.
We're getting there, yeah. Got a lot of more ideas of stuff that we want to get, but that's a good start anyway.
Yeah, geez. So your place is the technology hub, and Joe's got the museum, technology museum.
Yes. I'm going forwards, he's going backwards.
Yeah,
and I'm still collecting more too.
Oh, yep. Good stuff. I guess
collecting more, yeah.
The good stuff about the old stuff is probably some of it's probably not too badly priced. You can probably pick up like old reel-to-reels. I think I saw one on eBay the other day for $80 or something. I don't know if it worked or not. Looked all right.
People want vinyls now, don't they? Vinyls are back in.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Are you getting any of the new release minis like the Commodore 64 Mini, SNS and stuff like that, Joe, or just interested in the really old technology?
Yeah, just the old technology, old amplifiers, tape decks, bit of everything really. Computers.
Can you, if you get these things like say the amps and that, do you fix them up or do you just get them broken or do you get them working or how do you get them? What do you do with them?
I look, some of them I find people will give them to me. I don't actually fix them. I don't know how to fix them. I'm not a technician to be able to fix them. But it's more, it gives me like a big wow factor. Like, wow, I've got this old stereo here that I used to use once.
Yes.
You know, the old technology.
Yeah, that is cool.
We used to reminisce how we all had the black and white Princess TVs. Have you seen any of them?
Yeah. I've still got one, and I think I mentioned that last time in the last show. It's got a turntable, and it's got the radio in it, and it's got the TV, the 3-in-1.
Yes.
My sister and I went halves in the black and white Princess TV. We saved up our pocket money, and then I had got my VZ 200 computer and was using it all the time to play games. So she was like, "You're going to have to buy the other half of the TV from me because I never get to use it. You're just always got your computer plugged in there." So I paid her off for the rest of it, and I got to keep it.
So
there you go.
If you had have went down that path, you would have invented the split screen. You guys would have been going off. So that's pretty cool. I think old TVs I remember are just rank arenas. Just old wooden.
Yeah, Mum and Dad had a rank arena.
Yeah, his Master's Voice HMV had I think a few stereo cabinet style things.
We were very excited when we got to visit my uncle down at Emu Plains because he had a remote control with a cable that went all the way up to the TV, and you could press buttons in to get it to change volume and twist things around and change channels and stuff.
Oh, how good was that?
Oh, this is amazing technology. We have to get up and walk all the way over and turn the knobs.
And then how spun out were you when you went to? I went to say my I think cousin's place or something, and they go, "Oh yeah, we got this new TV. It hasn't got a lead for the remote," and so you get there and it's got some sort of infrared wire contraption that's right at the front of it. I don't know if it was infrared or what the hell, supersonic or whatever it was, but geez, it was clunky as well. But yeah, top loading VCRs, those are the days. Betas, VHSs.
I remember when I got my first VCR and I wanted it to be region unlocked, and I said I think I was buying it at
what do you mean?
It wasn't JB Hi-Fi, but so you could play all region DVDs.
Oh, right. Sorry. I thought we were on the VHS. Sorry. Yes.
Go. Yeah, and on the DVD player, sorry. Slight change in the subject.
Yes.
And I got it from the electronics shop and said, can I get it region unlocked? And they're like, "Oh, no, that's illegal." I said, "No, actually, it's not illegal. It's just they don't like you to do it." So I went to a different shop next door and I said, "Can I get," it was exactly the same make and model. I said, "Can I get this region unlocked?" They're like, "Oh yeah, just give us extra $100. We'll put a chip in there and it'll be a region unlocked for you. Come back tomorrow afternoon." So I came back the next day and got it region unlocked. It was fantastic.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's all right. So so with it being region unlocked, the DVDs, they were the same? Like, were the DVDs like, in America, it's the NTSC system and we got the PAL. Did that make any difference? We didn't know.
No, the DVDs didn't matter. It was all encoded, just MPEG-2, but they just locked it so that if it said the disc was made for Region 2 and you tried to play it, it would just say, "Sorry, can't play this."
And what about those, even with the CD-ROM drives or the writers that you got? I think is it still the same now? If you try and change the region, you only get 5 cracks at it, and then it locks.
Or you could get a little program that would tell Windows that it was whichever region it wanted, and then the DVD player didn't know anything about what was happening, so you could change it all the time. But most of the stuff's region unlocked now. Or the easier DVDs these days, you just type in like a 6-digit code into the remote and it unlocks the whole DVD player. So.
Oh, fair dinkum. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I think that little bit of software, I think I had a bit that used to do that called Any DVD. And that used that used to be quite good. I think that's still kicking around somewhere. Yeah, that's still pretty good, that stuff. But yeah, DVDs, I don't think we've got DVD play in the house now. I think it's just the only DVD plays in the computer. There's no box.
I've got a Blu-ray player in the PlayStation 4, and the laptop I bought for my daughter about 5 years ago that she doesn't use anymore. So I've got it in the cupboard here if I ever need it. It'll play DVDs, but none of my daily stuff, my desktop computer I bought here a few months ago and my work laptop, none of those have got DVDs. I haven't even got a CD player that I know of.
No, there's no. I don't think we don't have VHS, DVD, CD, tape deck, record. I'm just looking at Joe's Facebook page.
We signed up to Google YouTube Red for unlimited access to everything, and you just say to the Google Home, play some music from the 1980s. So it's like, okay, here's a 1980s playlist, and off it goes.
I like with the Google Home or with the My Google or whatever it is, you can say to it, "Tell me a riddle," and it tells you all these riddles. They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Tell us a joke. Play the trivia game, and it'll start a trivia game.
Yeah, yes. So where do you get most of this stuff, Joe? Like, is it mostly people give it to you, or do you get on the Gumtree and just do free searches, or where does most of this stuff come from?
Mostly people give it to me, and every now and then I do drive past some homes where they have the clean outs.
Yeah.
And I see the amp and I think, ooh, I've got to have that. And I'll stop and pick it up.
Yeah, no, I spoke to a friend of mine's, he's an old guy, he used to be electronics repairer, and he said most of the time when things don't work, most of the time it's just the power supply that goes in things. And he says, like, you just get another power supply or fix the power supply and the whole unit will just work. So I don't know, if you find, I don't know, it might be a bit dangerous though, if you don't know what you're doing. I don't think I'd do it. But we're talking about a guy that he found some, those things that your heart starters, the electric heart starters, whatever, defibrillators, they're the ones. So he found some of those, I think, at like the dump shop or somewhere, wherever, whatever haunts that he goes to. And he goes, oh yeah, he'll take those. So he took these defibrillators home. They didn't work, so he fixed them up. And he goes, well, how do I know if they work? So he tested them on himself. And the wife came in like 2 hours later. He's on the floor, passed out.
Oh, wow.
So he's all right, but he just tested them on himself.
Oh, shit.
It's funny.
It's like those videos where the guys are testing out a taser on themselves.
Oh, yeah. Why would you do that? That's crazy.
For the YouTube subscribers.
Yeah, it's crazy. What about that guy? The girlfriend shot him because he held a book up or something and said, "Oh, the bullet won't go through the book," and so
it did.
Bang! Yeah, it went straight through the book. All right, went straight through his chest as well. Crazy people.
Right to the heart, and you're too vain.
You give YouTube a bad name. Now, good one. Now, Microsoft. I'll do a story that's very. Look, there were probably obviously there's stories around, but like when I went through this, there's just nothing of interest. It was the stuff I was reading was this guy leaves Microsoft, goes and heads up somewhere else, and this is happening, and this blah blah.
Would you believe I just saw a story about defibrillators?
Oh, did you? Man passes out on Gold Coast testing defibrillator. Testing broken, thrown out, discarded defibrillator. Microsoft offers better margins to lure Apple and Google devs. This is one for Jordan. So obviously they're trying to increase the attraction of the Microsoft Store. Microsoft will offer application developers a bigger share of sales on the Microsoft Store in an attempt to lure them away from the Google and other rival platforms. They announced a new fee structure which will give devs 95% of revenue from consumer applications sold in the shop, in the marketplace. So that's pretty good, excluding games. A jump from the current pricing structure, which gives 70% of sales. So, yeah, it's all go over there. If you're a developer, I don't know why you wouldn't, though. If you develop for iOS, you're really developing for Google as well, Android. I don't know, is it so hard just to, I don't know, they have programs, don't they, that'll re-encode things to different things? I don't know. Yeah, so it doesn't include applications sold in the Xbox One. Apple and Google both still offer 70% of sales to developers. Or 85% if your customer has subscribed to the app for more than a year. So that must be like if you subscribe to, obviously, a subscription app. Yeah. So that's exciting. But still, that Microsoft Store doesn't do nothing for me. It just absolutely doesn't. So
I haven't gone there.
No. I don't.
No reason.
There is no reason. It's not like the OS X store or the Apple store, that's for sure. Because I think that's pretty much the only way you really buy Apple software now, isn't it? It's pretty much through the store, through their online store.
Yeah, you can get it out of the store, and then when you go to install it, the Gateway software Guardian software will come up and say, hey, you should be installing this, blah, blah, blah. And you have to go, yes, I really am sure, and a lot of workarounds. But they prefer you to use the App Store. But I had a look through the Windows Store, and it seemed worse than the Google App Store, where people are uploading all sorts of things that have got nothing to do with what you're looking for, but they put the same name in there. And the Microsoft one seemed like 10 times worse. Like nobody's vetting that, people just uploading whatever crap they feel like, and it gets published. So
well, that did happen. Yeah, that happened to us. Like the young fellow downloaded some game thinking it was what he was after. When he downloaded it, was just the poxiest pussiest game that you've ever seen in your life. Nothing like what he thought it was. Well, it was only $5.
Yeah, they'll be like, here's Minecraft or something, and you go there and you download it, and
Yeah,
it's got some
that's right.
character.
Yeah, so look, it was only $5, but he paid for it as well. So he sort of come and said, "Oh, here's me $5. Can you put the $5 credit in the store or whatever?" And so he was all excited. And then when that sort of crap happened, I thought, right, well, $5, I'm going to get that refunded. So I just complained to Microsoft; they refunded it, so that was good. So had a win. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, you got to watch out for that sort of stuff. All right. Joe, what sort of stories have you got? Did you put in the thing? Oh, there's a few there. What have you got? What's that thing you've got there?
That's an iPhone, and apparently Apple's introduced a new security feature on iOS 11.4.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, what it does is it disables the data being sent over the USB if the phone's unlocked for if it isn't unlocked for 7 days.
Right. Because
So if you've got the phone and it hasn't, if it isn't unlocked for 7 days, it starts to lock it up.
Do they call that connector a USB connector? I didn't know they called that a USB connector. Because I read that, I read that story as well, and I'm thinking, what's it talking about? iPhone USB? What are they talking about? I thought, no, I don't know. So I didn't bother reading any further. So okay, so it's the power or the USB/power socket, power cord socket.
Yes.
So what if it's left on for 7 days? It'll disable.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Right. Okay. What?
So what it does is it shuts down the port, so you can't send data through it.
That's right.
It won't even get recognised by the computer.
Ah, right.
Yeah, you'll still be able to charge it though. It's just that it won't recognise the port. So if someone finds your phone and plugs it in there and tries to take your data, it doesn't allow it to do that.
So how do you sort of, I don't know, reset it? Do you turn it off and on and put your password in and
yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you're the owner of the phone, then you have the PIN and you just put the PIN in and it unlocks it, and you've got another 7 days.
Yeah, I had a funny thing happen to me today. I was on the phone and I was driving along and I had the phone up in in your sun shield, whatever you call it, your flap.
Sun visor.
Sun visor.
Yep.
Yeah, so I just put the phone up there, had it on speaker, and I couldn't hear the person too well, so I thought, I'll just reach up and, push the up button. And so I was pushing the up button, and I don't know what happened, but I was pushing the up button, and all of a sudden, the phone started making all this siren noise, and it started flashing and all this. I'm going, what the hell's going on here? And then
How's the police pulling you over for using the phone while driving?
And it was going off its head, so I actually had to pull the phone out. And so what's happening here? And it's just going, contacting emergency. I'm going, what the hell? So I came home and I Googled emergency iPhone volume up button, and apparently, if you push the up button more than 4 times or hold it down for so many seconds, it automatically will ring 000. But it won't. It will ring. It will only ring 000 after about 4 seconds of this boop, boop thing to warn you that.
Oh wow!
Oh my god!
Never heard of that before.
No, well, neither had I, but I certainly heard about it today. I didn't know what was going on. And look, it's one of those things you would never do it again if you tried. I'll try. Let's see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't even do it.
Faster.
You can't even do it again if you tried. So I don't know. So you can't even. But anyway, I googled it. It's a thing.
You have to go up, left, right, left, A, B, enter.
Yeah. Anyway, can't even do it. But anyway, too bad. Wasn't going to. Oh, guess what I got through the week. Yeah, I know Jordan's not here, but I got my little SSD, 16 gig SSD drive. There it is there.
Nice.
Yeah. It's funny because I would have thought that, for some reason, I thought that would have just come to be about this big, like the size of an SD card, but it's not
Just
size.
get a USB.
But it's the size of a normal SD drive. It's only 16 gig. Isn't that nice? $20.
How much that cost you, Glenn?
Yeah, it's about $20.
Yeah.
Can't put anything on it, but it's good.
Well, what I'm going to put on is there is a reason why I did get the 16 gig. I think I've probably mentioned it before over the last couple of weeks, but my FreeNAS, which is that thing you can see behind me if you're on the video, that's my server. It's a free NAS server, and it's just currently running on USB drive. And it sort of just plays up every now and then, and I reckon it's the USB drive. And Jordan said, "Why don't you get one of these things?" And I thought, well, that's a good idea, because then I can swap it over to this. I won't have the USB sticking out the front of it and people kicking it as they walk past, and all this sort of stuff. So I'll probably put that in on the weekend. Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
For the crypto mining, you reckon what's the minimum size hard drive that we need to be able to run something on that?
Hard drives are irrelevant. It's the graphics card you need. Biggest, best, and most.
Yeah, but just say you want to, but don't you have to install an operating system or something on it?
Yeah, but it'll run on any Linux or Windows or Mac or any of those things.
So if I was to grab one of those SSDs that Glenn's got there, that'll be fine?
Yeah, as long as you got like a 1080 Ti GTX graphics card or 6, that'll be good.
Okay, because I want to start playing around with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think, it was $20 or about 20 or 22 off eBay. Yeah. And it came pretty fast. I'd say probably.
Have you heard of Fresco?
No.
Which one?
I just talked to Glenn.
No, what's
Freesco?
And what would that be?
I used to use it back in the day, since we're also talking about old things. It's a router software you can run on your computer with a limited version of Linux, very small version. But as you can see from the image, it runs off a single floppy. So before we had all these hubs and switches and stuff, I had this old 386 computer that I wasn't using. So I got a floppy disk, put Fresco on there, and you boot it up. It becomes a router, firewall. It's got software to dial in and log on to anything, because we actually ran it on a cable computer that had the computer had a modem in there,
right?
And it would do all the routing like NAT out to lots of different computers that you could just plug in to the computer. But it's got firewall, it's got a mini web browser on there, so you could run a little web server on there, and SSH server and all this sort of stuff. And what would happen was you would get it all set up, and then you shut it down, switch off the computer, and then you'd protect the floppy disk. So if anyone hacked into the computer, all you had to do was reboot and it was back to its original settings.
Yeah, nice. I think last updated 2012.
That says a lot, doesn't it?
And it's got it down the bottom. It's got 74K free on floppy. That must be.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
It was really awesome. I used that all the time. It was back in the days before you had USB or anything like that. It was just one floppy, and it ran an operating system that could NAT all the computers in the house, plus have a firewall, do all everything for you.
Look at this control panel login. Here's the demo. Let's have a look. Oh, look at this, eh?
DHCP, DNS.
Yeah. Update now. Connected clients, users, web users, firewall, ban or allow, port forwarding, change mode. Nice.
All of that from one floppy disk.
Yeah. How good. Those are the days. Yeah. So I'll fix up my FreeNAS and see how I go with that new disc. Righto. What other stories did you have, Jace?
With Mozilla's release of Firefox 60 on Wednesday, web browsers will start letting you log into websites without a password. An important change in authentication technology that could help curtail costly phishing attacks. Firefox 60 supports technology called web authentication, or webauthn for short, that can be used to grant you access to websites with a physical authentication device like a YubiKey dongle, biometric identity proof using Android phone's fingerprint reader, or the iPhone's Face ID, and some other alternatives to passwords. One webauthn fan is the data sync service Dropbox. As a user, you'll enjoy much stronger sign-in security on more browsers, Dropbox programmer Brad Girardeau said on a blog post on Wednesday. You can feel confident when signing in that it's really us, and we can be confident it's really you. Mozilla boasts that Firefox is the first browser out of the gate to support WebAuthn.
This is CNET, and here are the stories that
matter. The next version due this month, and Microsoft's Edge 2. So Jordan will be happy about that.
Yes. Well, speaking of Jordan, he's waiting to come in. So we'll just, we'll wrap this one up and we'll get him to come on. So that's not too bad. So the websites have to support it. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, well, that looks all right. I think everything's pretty much going a lot more security these days. Like I do like that Authy app. I've two-factor authenticated a few of the things.
Authy plus LastPass, and I'm cheering.
Yep. Well, I did get the Google Authenticator, but as I said ages ago, one night I just sat down and thought, well, what happens if I lose my phone or upgrade the phone? Like, you can't really download, pull it back down. So that's where I went to Authy, which you can back it up in the cloud. Probably not as secure then.
Like in case you lose your Google Authenticator, just copy and paste this great big long set of characters and words here and save it somewhere. Not on your email or in the Dropbox or anything, but somewhere really secure, like a USB you keep in the cupboard. And then you can recover it. I'm just going to use Authy and hit save backup, and it saves the backup of everything. And
it's
get
nice.
it back by typing your password.
That's right. All right. Well, let me tell Jordan to come on in. He's out in the cold. So
Jordan, come on down.
Come on down. Now, Jace, are you going to leave us, or what are you doing when he comes in?
Yeah, I might pop off. Feel free to go through the other stories I put in there. It'll help pad things out for you.
Right, thanks. And so I'll wait till Jordan comes. We're going to do a host swap, a bench swap, and we'll see what happens.
Just take my head off and shove Jordan's head on there, and away you go.
We can do that with your green screen. Here he goes. Yeah. Here he is. There he is. All right, Jordan, can you hear us?
Oh, I can. Can you hear me?
Well, we can. All right.
Yep. You want me to turn up a bit?
Just a little bit. Well, Jace.
Turn it up, Sean.
We'll see you next week. All right. Cheers.
Where's Jason going, is he?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
We're sharing half shows now.
Yeah, no, he had a couple of things on, so he came in just while you were at the cinemas, taking it easy.
So was he originally hoping to leave anyway, was he?
Yeah. So hang on, let me get a bigger picture for you. Geez, bloody cold where you are. Look at you. You look like bloody Eskimo or something.
I haven't even taken my beanie off yet. I haven't had a chance to even get out of the... It's probably actually it's a bit cool in here. I might have to wait till I warm up a bit.
Yeah, put it back on. You look like
on.
Straight from the igloo you have been.
It's cold out there. It's pouring down with rain.
Oh, no.
I saw someone posted on Facebook today. They said it was like 2-point-something degrees down in Ballarat. I'm thinking...
That's a joke.
Gee whiz.
That's a joke.
It's too cold.
So we got Joe here as well. He's come on tonight this week as well.
I can see the Joe's there. Good to see you, mate.
How are you?
All right. So what movie did you see? Tell us about it.
Well, I don't want to say spoilers, so I won't say anything. But Avengers, Infinity War. Family's a bit of a fan of the Avengers. Now, the only thing I can say about it without giving away spoilers is that it's a little bit predictable for my liking. I like something with a little bit of mystery. You don't want to know what's going to happen next, but you can sort of see it coming. I think.
Yeah.
Now, all in all, great movie.
Now, Jason educated me on something when you sent through a message and said you were sitting there watching the credits. And I just said, what the hell is he sitting there watching credits for?
And Jason said, don't you know Marvel? Every Marvel movie's got more at the end of the credits.
Oh, I've been educated. Yes, that's right. All right. So we're just having a bit of a chat. Did you have any stories, or you just want to just go along with the chat?
I have literally bowled in here so quickly I haven't had a chance. I brought up, while you were telling me to wait, I brought up I've been opening news pages trying to find something. So you can continue on. I'll see if I can find something.
Yeah, no, we were just saying it's a bit of a yak show this week because there's not many stories around at all that are of interest.
No.
I'll tell you what, Glenn.
Yeah.
Next week I'll be attending the Seabit up in Sydney.
Oh yes. How does that go?
That's happening in the 3 days.
Have you been to one before?
No, this is the first time I'm going.
Right. And what do they do there? Can you tell us what happens there?
It's basically an exhibition there of all the different types of technologies and what's happening in the cloud, different sort of services.
Yeah, I'm just going
to... exhibitors. There's heaps of exhibitors there doing demonstrations.
Yeah, I know there's... I've seen it go on for quite some time. It's been around for a while. And I think if I was near Sydney, I'd probably get into it. Where's a little blurb on their page? It says, CeBIT is the focal point for the Asia-Pacific business technology industry. Across both the exhibition and conference, CeBIT Australia is the leading marketplace for current and future business technologies. So, yeah, or you might be able to pick up a few pens or something, a few trinkets.
I always pick up something from those things.
Yeah, that'd be good. You'll have to tell us how that goes. When was that on next week?
Yeah, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
And what do you think? You go all 3 days, or you think one day's enough? Or you don't know, I suppose.
No, I'll go all 3 days. I'll go all 3 days.
Yeah, right. Wow, into it. That's good. And what would you do, the conferences, or you just sort of hang out at the trade tables?
I do both. I try to attend the conferences, and when there's something on that I'm not really interested in, I'll go and talk to the exhibitors there.
Yeah, cool. I know I go to a thing in Brisbane. I didn't go to it this year, and they get all the Intel, Microsoft, all that Western Digital, Brother, whatever. They all have there, and they show all their latest stuff. And you pick up a few pens and a few minties and stuff. They have a couple of conferences, and the best thing about that one is they give stuff away. You put your card in a thing, and at the end of the night, they give laptops and everything away. Don't know about what CeBIT's doing, but yeah. Oh, you'll have to give us a report on that, Joe, when you...
Yeah. No, it was like when I went to the Amazon one a few weeks ago. Really found it really interesting. A lot of information, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's a couple of good things. Like, I know the place to be is in Sydney. It all seems to happen in Sydney. Not much happens up here. And, and even if it does, it's in Brizzy, which is... It's not too far away, but I don't know. How far would you travel? I'll call an hour travel a long way away. But it's probably not in Sydney. What would you call it?
Well, no, I've actually gone to Melbourne last year, November, for the, was it like an IoT exhibition type thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So I'll be also going to that one there in November. I think it's September, November, down in Melbourne.
Yeah, okay. So you're a bit of a conference nut, by the sounds of it. Go to a few of them. That's good.
Yeah. No, I like getting out there and talking to people about technology and what's happening and what's new in the market.
Oh, well, report back. That sounds like that's going to be good. Let's read one of Jace's...
What stories have you got, Glenn? Have you got a few? Or...
Yeah, Jace found a couple. So I'll just go on with one.
So you're going to read his ones?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of headlines here too. There might be something I can pull out of my hat.
Yeah, so... so let's read this one here. He's got Ticketmaster hopes to speed up event access by scanning your something. I don't know. It's got full of gobbledygook. Let's go further into this one. Ticketmaster's parent company Live Nation has announced that they've teamed up with and invested in a face recognition company called Blink Identity. So the ticket sales giant may have plans to scan your face instead of a ticket to grant you access to a venue. Well, that's going to put a stop to probably the scalpers out there, isn't it? That's because some of those scalpers, they buy your ticket for $100 and sell it for $1,000. They're pretty crazy. In the first quarter, Live Nation has explained that Blink has cutting-edge facial recognition technology enabling you to associate your digital ticket with your image, then just walk into the show. According to the website, its system can register an image of your face as soon as you walk past the sensor. The Blink technology can then match it against a large database in half a second, in a blink, so to speak. It's also apparently powerful enough that you don't even have to slow down for its system to recognise you. Just walk normally, and if the technology gets a match, it'll automatically open the doors or turnstiles. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that is cool. Let's see. Have we got a web?
They want to track everybody, huh?
Yeah, well, see, that's just another thing. And what I read somewhere in the somewhere on Facebook, I think it was, and it must be true. It was something like the government is going to plan you can't buy anything for cash over $10,000. Did I read that right? Did anyone hear about that?
No.
No.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't surprise me.
But I can't believe that they can ban you from buying or make it illegal that you say you want to buy a car, you can't for $15,000. You can't just throw down a wad of 50s and buy it. Well, a couple of wads, maybe 3 wads. $10,000 ban. Let's have a look, see if I can get into that.
Would be nice.
Yeah.
To be on the receiving side of that.
Yeah, I can't see it off just quickly, so I won't worry about it.
Well, look, maybe, I suppose they just can't track it, can they, if it's cash?
But why do they want to track it? Yeah, of course they can't. That's why people.
Why wouldn't they?
That's why people deal in cash.
Track everything they can.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, and more. What else has Jace got here? Oh, Jace has got a little trove of stories.
That's very nice of him to just hand over his little treasure trove of stories to you.
Nearly 500,000 pacemakers are up for a firmware update to address potentially life-threatening vulnerabilities.
I hope they're not going to do them online all at once.
No, I hope not. You're only talking about defibrillators
a bit like
just before.
Microsoft's updates these days.
Oh,
will come out and everybody will freeze.
Yeah, you go, please do not turn off while we update.
Please do not hold your breath while update takes place.
That's right. Continue to breathe.
When everybody starts rebooting, be like, ooh.
So they've released an upgrade to the firmware installed on certain implantable cardioverter defibrillator ICD or cardiac resynchronization therapy defibrillator devices, also known as pacemakers. Oh, why'd they put me through that if they're just, can't they say pacemakers?
That's exactly my point of why I keep reading these articles and they put in all this information we don't need. Just get to the point.
Yeah, it must be so. We think the journo's pretty smart. Apparently about 465,000 patients are affected. The update will strengthen the device's protection against unauthorized access. Oh, God. Imagine that.
Unauthorized access to your pacemaker.
Yeah, imagine. But, imagine if that'd be terrible, wouldn't it? If some hacker got into it and they could potentially just send literally a kill switch to through it.
Well, your wife could have one and she could pump your heart every time she feels for you.
Well, that could get a bit rude there.
My heart just skipped a beat, honey.
I don't know. All right. The update will strengthen the device. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The update comes after 2016. Researchers claimed that the implant system was rife with cybersecurity flaws that could result in catastrophic results. Oh, well, there we go. So no pacemakers here. No one. I don't have a pacemaker. How old do you have to be to get a pacemaker? Probably.
I don't want to think about it.
No. I got my SSD drive, Jordan.
Oh, you got it?
Yes. There.
But did you get the same brand? There's a couple of different King Diane. What are they called? King Diane or something?
Yeah, King Diane or something.
Diane or something.
Yeah.
I think I had King Spec for a little while as well, but yeah. Well, there you go. 16 gig, is it?
Yep.
What'd that cost you? About $19.95 or something?
Something like that. Yeah. So
perfect for the home built NAS.
Yes.
You could probably even get Linux on that if you wanted to do like a little install of Mint or Ubuntu or something. Yeah,
probably. Yeah, Joe's going to give one a go. He's got a little project he wants to get going with, and that's a cheap way of doing it. It's saved you spending maybe $80 on the 100. Yeah, well, most of those tiny little operating systems, the Linux built ones don't require much more than that, do they? So, and USB sticks just don't like being written to and so much. Yeah, well, this is true. I think that's what's happened to mine. Twitter's urging more than 330 million users to change their password after a glitch exposed some in plain text. Naughty. What if you haven't logged on there in years? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if mine still exists. The Twitter said an internal investigation found no indication passwords were stolen or misused, but that it urged all users to consider changing their passwords out of an abundance of caution. Oh, geez, they've got an abundance of it. The blog did not say how many passwords were affected. We mask passwords through a process called hashing using a function known as bcrypt, which replaces the actual password with a random set of numbers and letters that are stored in Twitter's system. This allows our systems to validate your account credentials without revealing your password. This is industry standard. Due to a bug, passwords were written to an internal log before completing the hashing process. We found this error ourselves. Congratulations. So there was something happened last week, some security flaw, and when they were explaining it all, it was like, you could get the passwords or something just out of unused memory that was once occupied by the password. You think, how the hell do people just know all this sort of stuff, eh? You got to get onto this. What is it? 2-factor authentication thing you got me onto, Glenn. Yeah, we're just talking about that just before. You liking it? I haven't put it on all of, my stuff or some of my servers and that, but a couple of the remote servers I've set up in different places that I'm not constantly managing or I'm doing remotely, I've definitely put it on those. Yeah, just gives you another level.
I haven't gotten around to doing my own personal ones yet.
No,
it's kind of a bit frustrating when you log in to do some SSH. You log into your SSH or something to do some command stuff, and every time you do it, you've got to put in put in your extra code. But it's all right.
I just do it with. I've got it on my little Bitcoin account that I've got. Yep. Well, my Ripple account or whatever it is, the stock exchange I signed up for. So
I set my brother up with the LastPass the other day.
Oh, right, that's good, isn't it?
And I put a kind of fairly good password on it for him. He goes, "Oh, that's a little bit too difficult for me. We're gonna have to make that easier."
Yes. Well,
and I'm like, "No, you need to learn that password, get that in your head, and then start making all the other ones different. You just have to do it."
Well, when I was doing the show, the Aussie Tech Security with Roger, we were talking about the passwords, and he said the best password is just make up a sentence. He said they'll never get cracked. Like you might say,
that's what I do.
I love going to the beach. Yeah.
Yep.
And
I have a really complex password that I've managed to force myself to remember, and then for every different thing that I use it with, I'll chuck in a word or something that might reference it or something, so I know what's going on and which one's for which, and it kind of makes you extend it with a sentence or a few different words or something,
Yeah, that's right.
You just got to do it.
Just got to remember your sentence.
There's just not enough security these days.
No, and it is pretty bad, isn't it? Like, there's a lot of things getting hacked, and there's a lot of information out there about yourself, and and I think that's why.
And when you hear of all these big businesses like Yahoo and Facebook and Apple and all these big businesses getting hacked, and the hackers succeeding in some cases, it just makes you wonder.
There'll always be a backdoor. They'll always be able to be hacked. Like nothing will be perfect.
That's why I kind of like doing my own. Kind of, you're the little guy. Maybe they'll miss you and go for the big fish.
Well, most of the time, all the hacks are just done by bots and stuff that just roam around the internet and just looking for open doors. And they find one, they knock, the door opens.
Exploit it.
Yeah, little light will go off on the hacker's desk. You go, this one's open, and he'll have a look at it. Yeah,
so what was that little app you introduced me to? Was
Authy.
Authy. That's right.
Yeah.
And the Google one was good. It was just as good, but it didn't do backups.
Yeah,
which was what the problem was. So if you ever lost your phone or something, you'd have trouble getting back into your account. But the Authy one does backups, so you can save all your passwords and then back them up. And then if you ever want to transfer your Authy stuff to your new phone, so you can still log into all your accounts, you can do that, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm surprised Google don't have that a bit more simplified.
Well, maybe because you can back it up, I guess it would be less secure, wouldn't it? So maybe that's why. But yeah.
But it needs to be simplified somewhere along the way. If we're trying to make out everything more confusing, more passwords, more of everything, then we've got to keep something a little bit easier for us all to remember.
What do you think, Joe? What do you think about passwords and stuff?
I've actually got my own little app from the Google Store. I've got like 32 different passwords in there. And so every time I forget, I just log in there,
right?
Check what it is, and then go.
Have you used that LastPass?
No, I haven't.
I'd say LastPass.
How does that actually work, though?
Yeah.
Is that automated? Like, you don't have to worry about it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go for it, Glenn.
So you install it into a Chrome extension or a Firefox extension, and then when you go to
or an Edge extension, I'm just throwing that in there,
or Internet Explorer, whatever.
For all you negative Edge people.
Oh, we just don't like mention little Edge too much.
No, I noticed that.
So you just install the extension, and then when you navigate to a web page, like I don't know, say whatever it is,
your Google email.
Yeah. Gmail, when you can navigate to Gmail, the LastPass just identifies that you're at gmail.com, and if it's got an entry in its the database for gmail.com, it'll just pop in your username and password, and
all for you.
And then just
doesn't Chrome do that already?
Hey,
doesn't Chrome already do that without the LastPass? I mean, I sometimes give Chrome permission to do it.
Yeah, Chrome and all of them, Internet Explorer, Firefox, they all remember your passwords. But LastPass, to me, I'm not going to say the one's better than the other, but LastPass to me is a dedicated business just for that. They put all of their time and their money and their their skill and everything into this one project, which to me makes it sound,
I think,
more secure.
I'm not sure how Chrome sort of works entirely, but I think the advantage I can see just off the top of my head with LastPass is that, say, if you go to gmail.com, you might have, say, 3 Gmail accounts. Well, the Chrome will just automatically
give you one
autocomplete probably the first one in its list. If you've got 3, and if you wanted to say have the third one in Chrome, I'm not sure how you would choose that, but in LastPass you can right click on the login field, and then LastPass will have a right click menu, and you just go down, click Gmail number 3, and away you go. Autofill number 3.
Yeah, it also lets you generate really good strong passwords for each one. So because you don't have to remember the password for each one once it's saved, you just have to remember your main one that you log into.
Yeah, that's
and right. Then it's got 2-factor authentication and SMS messaging if someone logs in.
And does that work with everything? Like, does that work with anything that you want it to work with?
Pretty much. Yeah,
pretty much. Eh?
Don't know if it will go.
It just remembers the forms on each page. It'll remember the form and the fields, and then it'll store the information for those for each field that it can identify. Yeah, I've got one particular site that annoys me that it has the login on one page and the password on another page. So you log in, and then it takes you to another page, and you got to put your password, and then you go to another page, and you're at your home page. But LastPass manages to remember it for both or pages. So.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. So autofill all your passwords, simplify online shopping. Look, I don't store credit cards numbers in it.
I wouldn't either.
Or
banking
passwords. Yeah, I don't do that. No, but you can share your passwords for whatever reason. Take it anywhere.
Yeah, you can dedicate someone that can log into your account. So if you, God forbid, something happens to you, or you can't, you die or whatever, you give an access your password account to your wife or something, so she can then close down all your Facebook, so we don't have your Facebook page continuing on when you're not. Those sorts of things.
Yeah. So
okay.
It is.
The one I've been using doesn't do that. It's just it's not automated at all. It's just a matter of what's the password for this site? Oh, hang on, I'll just go in there.
Oh no,
you got to look it up, copy paste. Yeah.
Well, not even. It's just a matter of it's an actual app on the phone. Let me see what it's called. I'll tell you what it's called.
But there's a lot of people. I've heard of people just making text documents on their computers and stuff and putting all their passwords in it. And I think there's just nothing worse.
No, this one doesn't do that.
The amount of viruses and things like that you can get on your computer, and your computer can scan for key logging. Viruses can scan for key logging. They can scan documents. So if you're storing, to anybody out there, to any of the listeners, if you're storing your passwords in just a blank document on your computer, I say get real. Don't do
that.
No, this one is actually called a wallet.
Oh, yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's called a wallet, and if you don't, as soon as you pop out of the screen into another screen, it locks itself automatically.
Yeah, right.
So is it locked on your phone, or is it locked online? Is it kind of cloud based, or is it just on your phone?
It's an app. It's an app on the Android phone.
Yeah,
so there's no copy and pasting. It's just a matter of, I forgot my password. So you go in and you're saying, okay, enter the master password. So once you enter the master password, it gives you access to all the other passwords that you've got in there.
Is it cloud-based though? Like if you lost your phone, could you recover it? Is it cloud-based?
I don't think this particular one is in the cloud. This particular one, it does have a backup system, but you've got to back up to Google Drive or something, and it's just... Go back and go from there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty. This you got to get on the LastPass, Joe. Have a look at it. It's
look. There's a few of them around. There's LastPass. There's webauthn. Is it one password or password one or something?
You can make secure notes and form fills, sharing center. Yeah. You can share it.
I'll have a look at it. How does it work if you're on somebody else's computer?
You can log in.
You just log in. Like you would Facebook or anything else, you just log into your account. As long as they've got the extension installed, you can just log in.
Yeah.
So
I think you can log in on their website as well without having the extension. Actually,
let's say I'm on your computer. I've never used it before, and I want to log into something. How does that work?
Yeah. So you could
have to log into the website and log in.
You have to log into the website, then gives you access to the passwords. How does that?
Yep. unless you install the extension in whatever browser you're using, then you can, then you can simplify it. Otherwise, you've got to go to their website and log in.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'm not sure. I think there's LastPass for the iPhone, but I think the way it works is I think it's got its own browser, and then
same with the iPhone.
Bit complicated.
Same with the Android phone.
Yeah, right.
It's got like its own browser, but it also works on other apps as well.
Oh, right.
And programs, programs and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
You can remember those other apps as well, I think, from memory.
Nice.
Sounds good, guys. I might have to try that one.
Oh, it saves you a lot of time.
I think if you do a little bit of a Google review or type, top 10 or top 10 or top 5 best password managers, you'll find LastPass up there. There's a few people that say, there's another one. I can't remember what it's called. Glenn, can you remember? There was another one that came out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bit newer. I can't remember the name of it, but it does cloud-based and computer-based. So you can just keep your passwords on just your computer, or you can have it kind of extended to the cloud so that you can have it on your phone and have them centralized to all your devices.
There's a thing called KeyPass X, Dashlane, Password Manager, and Keeper.
No, that's none of those. Like, what's that? Dashlane. Might have been Dashlane.
Yeah, Dashlane.
Might have been the one I was thinking of. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, right.
Where it stores on your computer. You have the choice of storing your password on your computer or in the cloud, whereas LastPass is only in the cloud.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of turns people off a little bit sometimes because they think they're not storing their passwords on their computer and they can't manage them themselves.
Yeah.
But when you think about storing stuff on your computer, it's like I say, even having a text document on your computer gets viruses, and that's how people steal information from your computer, through having a virus or malware. So if it's on the cloud, you'd expect big businesses like that to be protecting themselves against those sorts of things. So it's kind of got its advantages of being online as much as it has of being offline.
So there you go. With this site, I've moved up here. Get rid of that. Not now. Tom's Guide, Best Password Managers 2018, Best Overall Dashlane, Best Value LastPass, Best Security Keeper. What do you do there? Which one do you choose? The value, the security, or overall? It's too hard.
No, we used to use Keeper at work.
LastPass is free.
Yeah,
it's got a premium version, but the free one I've never bought the premium. The free's been fine for me.
But how'd you find Keeper, Joe? All right.
I only used it a few times, but it was fairly easy.
Yeah.
It was more web-based,
right.
like the other one you were talking about.
Oh, right. So it didn't autofill, as far as you can remember?
No.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, definitely give it a shot. Like, as I said, I don't put the bank details into it or the credit cards or anything like that, but just to, just get around sites, like, because it's starting to get to the stage where each site requires a different configuration of the password. Like, one site will go, I want 8 characters. The next one will go, no, I want 9 characters.
Yeah.
So you just can't.
So you end up having the same password, which is really bad to have the same password on every site, even if it is very,
But who cares? I only put them on dumb sites, that I don't care about. But it's these sites.
I do like about the LastPass one with the app. It's got the authenticator app that you can get as well. So for your dual authentication or for your two.
Yeah. You love it now, don't you? Eh? You love that all day.
You just put your fingerprint. You can use your fingerprint to log. So if you're logging into Facebook or something, you just bang fingerprint.
Yeah.
On the back.
How good's that?
Away you go.
I should have my new.
Yeah, don't worry about the password at all.
I should have my new phone tomorrow or Monday. So yes.
He's excited. I was going to get LastPass.
Getting there. Oh yeah, I'll maybe put
that on. Speaking of security, Apple. I'm just reading an article here. I haven't read this one, so be prepared for my stuff ups with my
dyslexia.
Reading off the bat without rehearsing. Apple has issued a new repair policy for some iPhone X devices, which suggests that the issue affecting the rear camera could be behind the ID failures. Now, does the iPhone have ID capturing failures? Is it quite common? You've got an Apple, haven't you?
No, I don't have anything that ID captures. So it must be
like Face ID. Your Face ID, it checks and logs you into your phone.
I've only got
failures.
I only got a 6S.
Oh, okay. Well, according to an internal document seen by Apple News blog, Mac Rumors stores authorized to fix faulty iPhone X models could be able to resolve the issue by repairing the rear camera. The fixes confused onlookers as the Face ID feature, which unlocks the phone by recognizing the user's face, is operated from the front camera of the iPhone X. If the rear camera repair does not fix the Face ID, the stores are now authorized to perform a whole unit replacement instead of a display repair. The company did not immediately comment on the release of the internal guidelines.
Well, there you go.
Repair shops are encouraged to run the Apple Service Toolkit, which is a diagnostic service available to certified Apple service providers. So there's a fix with something wrong with the camera, which is causing the
problem.
facial ID to fail.
Well, that's no good. I'm glad I'm getting away from Apple. All right.
And well, at least they're going to fix it. And if not, is it replace the unit? Is that what I just said?
Yeah, probably. They should. They need to. All right. Well, I think
they're not doing too good with their batteries, are they? They're
no.
They're being a bit harsh on that now, aren't they? Aren't they sort of reneging on that deal a little bit?
Every man and his dog probably come in, to ask for a $39 battery replacement. Because I was going to, but I'm probably going to sell it now, so the next person can do that if they wish.
So the thing with the battery is that if they find that there's a bit of a cracked screen or it looks like it's damaged in some way, they won't actually give you the battery replacement for that price anymore. You have to get those other things fixed first.
Yeah,
you have to get the cracked screen fixed first and whatever else. If you got the buttons that are loose or whatever, you have to get that fixed first, and then they will honour the $39 fee.
So maybe that's what I read.
But that's not right. I don't know if that's right. I think that's pretty tough. That probably, that's not right.
Yeah, whether it's a cracked screen or not, if their batteries are faulty or bad, they should fix that regardless.
I think.
I guess that. But if you look at it from another point,
a broken screen.
Yeah, I guess so. If you look at it from another point, if they're trying to replace the battery and then the screen's already broken and they break it even more, then they've got to pay for it too.
Yeah, they've got to pay for the screen. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So if they've got to replace the battery and then the screen's already cracked a little bit, and then they've got to take the battery out and they crack it even more, then you'll find it, oh, geez, now you've got to replace my screen as well.
Yes.
Yeah, but what if they took it to another repair place first and got all the other things fixed cheaper, half the price to Apple, and then we...
Yeah, but
you could do that. Yeah, you could do that.
But what Joe's saying is if the Apple repairer, by replacing the battery, instead of the screen being cracked 25%, in the process of replacing the battery, the crack continued to be 75%.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't take the blame for it if it was already broken, would they?
No, but if it continued to break more, then the consumer...
They'd have to replace it.
Well, that's why they don't want to do it. Yeah. That's why they want to do it.
Yeah, that's right. So there must be, So look, I can if that's what the reason is, I can get that. But if it's just because I don't know, say there's a chip on the back of it or something, who cares? Toughen up, replace the battery. All right. Well, I think we're going to call an end to the show this week. You missed half of it, Jordan. I know you're.
Yeah, so it feels like it's very short. I feel like I should keep going, interrupting and adding more stories.
No, well,
that's all right.
Me and Joe have slogged it out for an hour and 15, so it's time to head on.
It's been that long already, huh?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go live tonight. I was going to try and watch it while I was in transitioning between the movies.
We did go live, but my mic didn't come out, so that means that now I have to fix my audio. Did somebody actually see it? Yeah, Jace got on. Well,
he got on and checked
it.
So
okay. I'll fix my audio and we'll go again. But it looks like my up speed is fast enough now, so that's good.
All right. You got it done.
Well, it streamed. I did a test stream for 20 minutes, and nothing buffered or anything like that, so it was good.
So you got your speed, your upload speed fixed.
Yeah, well, Telstra gave us an extra 3 meg up, so instead of 2, they give us 5. So I'm getting a bit faster. So it's
a bit saddening to know that you always had that capability, isn't it?
Well, I've got capabilities much more than 5. I can tell you. They just bet it down so you can't do it. So for whatever reason, I do not know. And probably no one does. It's just the
Could have had it a long time ago.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, let's get out of here. Thanks, Joe. Good to see you again. Good luck at CeBIT next week.
Thank you.
Enjoy that.
We'll get a report back and when after you've done it, and we'll see how you went. Take some photos and send them through. We'll flash them up on the screen on the video as you talk us through it. That'd be good.
Yep, definitely. Yep,
right.
Definitely.
Lovely. All right, thanks, Jordan. I'm glad you interrupted. Yeah, I'm glad you interrupted your night just to come on. I'm glad we weren't important enough to interrupt the Avengers.
I don't think I've really missed a week yet.
No, you've been charging along, aren't you? A good boy.
Trying to.
All right, thanks everyone. You get us on the Facebook, the webpage, or wherever. And don't forget athwebhosting.com.au/demo if you want a little demo. A couple of discount codes as well. All right, until next week, hopefully some more stories. We'll check you then. Bye for now. Cheers.